The teen mom star is turning to her mom for support during her estrangement from her 16-year-old daughter by Angela Andaloro. Amber Portwood is reeling from her estrangement with daughter Leah, 16, which includes the teen's desire to be adopted by her stepmom, Christina Shirley. In a new episode of Teen Mom, the next chapter, Amber turns to her own mom, Tanya, for support. Amber explains how her rocky relationship with Tanya gives her hope about her own future with Leah. Amber Portwood is continuing to process her strained relationship with her daughter Leah. The mom of two appears on the Thursday, April 17 episode of Teen Mom. Next chapter, where she shares an update about struggling personally after hearing the news that daughter Leah, 16, whom she shares with ex Gary Shirley, wants to be adopted so that Gary's wife, Christina, will legally be her mother. I thought I was already dark and deep in a hole from what happened to me, from the incident in North Carolina, and him leaving me in the mountains. Amber begins in a confessional, acknowledging her breakup from fiancé Gary Waite. When I found out about my daughter saying that she wanted to be adopted, it took over everything, Amber tells producers in a confessional. I was really just in bed for over 4 months. But I just realized that I truly just needed my mommy. In the scene, Amber calls her mom, Tanya, who she shared a rocky relationship with in the past. I just woke up and I was just like hopeless, just feeling like hopeless and just like, why am I awake? She tells her mom, who asked if Amber is taking her medication. My relationship with my mom when I was around 16 was a little tumultuous, she says, as past arguments with them on the show play in flashback scenes. Me and my mom were fighting so bad, like I had to leave the house and live with my father, she explains. I've seen my mom 3 times these last few weeks when I hadn't seen her almost a year. Later, Amber and Tanya meet for lunch, where Amber acknowledges that this morning was he, but when I wake up crying like now, all I do is call you. She adds, I've always been there for you. You know that you always get my baby, no matter how old you are. So, no matter what it is, I'm still trying to understand what you're going through, Tanya tells her. Amber then asks Tanya about going to a psychiatrist appointment with her, explaining, because I'm not just bipolar. I have 4 major mental illnesses that I would like to have them explain it to you. I would think by now that they would have your medication straightened out by now, after 8 years of them seeing you, Tanya replies. Amber tries to explain, before Tanya continues, I know that's the question that I have asked to ask him. To explain that, Amber cries as Tanya reassures her, it'll be fine. We can't force her. In her confessional, Amber says, I see how my relationship with my mom was completely tumultuous, and today I'm with my mom. I love my mom so much. So this is why I have hope with Leah. It's gonna get better. It's gonna take me a little while. The reality star recognized her shortcomings in communication with husband Zach Davis as they figure out how to get to a better place. Cheyenne Floyd Davis and husband Zach Davis had experienced back and forth in their decision to grow their family. The two ended up on the same page and decided to move forward with trying for a new baby after a year of trying. Cheyenne starts to open up about the pressure on her to get pregnant and how it's impacting her marriage. Cheyenne Floyd Davis and Zach Davis want to nurture their relationship. The couple reached a year of trying to get pregnant without success on the Thursday, April 17 episode of Teen Mom. Next chapter. While Zach tries to maintain a positive attitude about it and continues hoping for the best, the stress of trying is taking a toll on Cheyenne, which she admits while catching her friend up on the latest in her fertility journey. I think in the beginning, when he got tested and the doctor thought it could be him, I felt like I was so compassionate, trying to pipe him up as a man. And I don't know if he understands like what it feels like to be a woman and to be told your body's not doing what your body was created to do, she explains. Cheyenne's friend asks her if she's communicated what she wants from Zach to Zach, and Cheyenne admits, I don't even know if I know how I want him to show up in that way. But I think that just goes back to the bigger issue with, like, my communication, like, I just don't know if I'm good at communicating. It's weird because we're at a point now where we tried for a year. I'm not pregnant and I'm gonna have to make a decision. Like if I want to do IVF or if I want to try other hormone injections. It just kind of feels like alone. Later in the day, Cheyenne broaches the subject while catching up with Zach. Zach says he knows the process is weighing on his wife, but he tries to keep things positive. I feel like it's a sensitive subject, but I don't want you to beat yourself up over it. Because in my head, I still feel like we got a shot. It's just me. I can sit here and join you and be sad. Or I could sit here and try to, bring light into the situation. That's what I'm doing, he explains of his attitude. You have to want it as bad as I want it, Cheyenne says, frustrating Zach, who feels like she's insinuating he isn't all in on another pregnancy. Your words can come off different because I think you should just kind of watch the way you say certain things. I've prayed on it, and I want it. So don't get mad at me for doing that, he says. I don't understand how fully a woman's body functions in the inside, but I do understand and hope and prayer. And I think you're strong enough to fight through it. Cheyenne becomes emotional, asking him, do you understand how it feels taking test after test and strip after strip? And you're checking every time, and this is not working. I want it to work, and it's not. And every time someone asks me, why haven't you gotten pregnant? It's like, I know. I'm tired of it. I think you need to get in a different mental space, Zach advises. Later in the episode, Cheyenne meets up with her mom for some guidance. In her confessional, she explains, sometimes when you do want to get pregnant, that's when it becomes like, less fun per se, and sometimes can turn into more of an obsession, where I'm on these apps and tracking my cycle. I'm like, okay, let's try on this day because my app says to do so, but I have to be honest with my feelings. These fertility issues are draining me, and I don't quite know how to work through my sadness with Zach, she continues. As Cheyenne explains the situation to Mom Margaret, she admits, I do think that I don't know how to fight fair or fight in a healthy way. We have a good foundation and there's a lot of love there, but there's also a lot of things that we need to work on. I think you should start coaching sessions with Zach to help with your marriage, her mom suggests, noting, you guys are fine, you're just being coached on how to be better. I want to make our marriage work, Cheyenne says. She later tells Zach about the conversation, saying, I told her that I was feeling sad and facing difficulties in how we respond to difficult moments, introducing the idea of coaching. Zach asks if it's different than therapy and if she thinks that therapy is what they need. I think we need help, she replies. I think we both definitely want to be married and have a healthy marriage, but I want to feel more connected because I feel like in order for it to work, we have to be transparent and we have to be open rather than just shutting down. The two debate the merits of the idea, with Cheyenne emphasizing, we're not at a point of saying, we hate each other and we want a divorce. Now let's bring a baby into this to fix our marriage. We love each other. We want our marriage to be strong and successful.